I'm reminded of the man sitting in the barber chair. And this young boy's walking in, and the barber said to his customer, watch this. This is the dumbest kid in town. Watch what happens. Do it every day. He comes in every day. We do play the same game. Watch what happens. Kid walks in, and the man holds up. He's got $1 in this hand, and he's got 2 quarters in this hand. He says, okay, take your pick. Kid takes the 2 quarters and leaves. Guy walks out, and the guy says to his customer, you see how dumb this kid, he does this every single day. So as the customer's walking out, he walks by the candy store, and there's a kid eating a candy. And the guy said, how come you're always taking the 2 quarters and not the $1? The kid said, the minute I take the $1, the game ends. So you don't always have to come on as the smartest guy in the room or gal in the room to be successful. That's for sure. Yeah. Questions are important. Asking the right questions. It's like the guy who walked across the street, this man standing there with this beautiful dog. He said, oh my God, what a beautiful dog. Does your dog bite? The guy said, no, you don't bite. He went to pet it. Dog chewed 2 fingers off. He's all upset. He said, I thought you said your dog didn't bite. The guy said, that's not my dog. So you got to make sure you're asking the right questions. Sometimes you can make it a real story and make a great point. How you can see the positives out of the negatives. My grandson, he plays baseball, Little League. And I love watching him. He's the worst hitter in the league. He really is. I'm watching one time. It's the 9th inning. Now feel this. 9th inning. There's 2 outs. They got 3 men on. And the game's just about over. My grandson, I'm leaning on and watching him in the dugout. And my grandson looks to the coach. He said, put me in. He's got magic. Put me in, coach. Put me in. Put me in. He's all excited. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, God, please don't put him in. I mean, he's the worst hitter in the league. But he kept, put me in, coach, put me in. He's all excited. I couldn't believe my eyes. The coach turned. He said, okay, Floyd, grab your bat. I said, oh, God, no. My grandson, you should have seen him. He grabbed that bat and he ran out like 3 pitches, 3 swings, 3 strikes, game's over. I couldn't believe grandparents and parents booing. These are kids. My grandson coming back to the dugout like this. I said, honey, what are you excited about? They're booing you. He says, oh, no, Grandpa, they're not booing me. They're booing the coach for putting me in. And that's the kind of attitude you have to make it in your business. You always got to see the positives there and let the negatives go. Would you agree with that? Yeah. And you got to find people to talk with, no question. I remember when I was a kid, we used to have a Catholic, we used to have this thing called confession. I remember going to confession, and Jack Cirillo, one of my buddies, walking out. He's in there, and I guess he did something. He said, Father, forgive me, I did hanky-panky, and the priest just trying to help me. He said, well, was it so-and-so at the library? And no. Was it so-and-so at the bakery? No. And anyhow, as Jack's walking out of church, I said, well, did you get absolved? He said, no, but I picked up 2 great leads today. Now, I'm not suggesting you do anything wrong, but I'm saying in your business, you always have to find someone that wants to make their life better. Keep your eyes and ears open, okay? Yeah. God, I almost hate to tell you this one. Sometimes they just don't believe. It's like the guy fell off the cliff. 2,000-foot drop. Grabbed the vine. He's hanging there. Never prayed in his life. He looked up. He said, please, get me out of here. Get me out of here. And I heard a voice come down from the clouds. And the cloud said, do you believe? Well, he never prayed, but he said, what would you do? He said, yeah, I believe. Get me out of here. And the voice said, let go of the vine. He said, is anybody else up there? Shall I go on? Or? Actually, I love to laugh, and we had a death in the family recently. Expected aunt of mine, great aunt, 97-year-old spinster, never married, typical Wickman. She's got 6 pallbearers, all women. Spelled out right in the will. She said, no men. She said, they wouldn't take me out when I was living. Just having fun. It's all good. It's all good. Moses came down. He said, I got good news. I got him down to 10. Bad news, adultery's still in. Actually, I hope you don't think I'm trying to be overly religious or anything. I do participate in church. You learn things. I learned, Eve told God, I guess it's the real story now. She said, I'm feeling a little lonely. And God said, well, maybe I can make you a man. She said, well, what's a man? Oh, you'll like them. They're usually big, tall, they're strong, they can lift things. They can open jars real easy for you. Decent kissers, and they're very romantic. She said, oh, wow, I'll take one, He said, well, just one thing. They like to think they were first. All the women are going, oh, boy. Here's a couple crowd control things, if you run into those. If a phone rings, I don't mind the phone. Please. I'm one of the few speakers on the circuit. I don't mind when your phone rings. Turn them on, let them ring, have fun. I worry about you. I have a friend that ended up in the hospital when his phone went off. Of course, he was in his neighbor's bedroom closet at the time. Anyhow. Somebody asks you a complicated question, shoot low, we're riding Shetlands.